Hi everybody, this is Thrillerly2K, and I know I am actually now making another video because I'm going to go straight into it, because I did promise that I would be doing a review on the Poppy Playtime Yule Log that they posted on their YouTube during the holidays. And there was a lot to take in from that Yule Log, because as we all know, like, it ended for an hour and 6 seconds, which is 1006, experiment 1006, the prototype. Because as we all know, in chapter 5 we're actually going to be finally seeing what the prototype is and what it looks like, and I'm already freaking out because it's gonna be an intense chapter. So there really wasn't not much to collect from the Yule Log video, but I was able to collect a good amount of findings that I think is really going to be interesting, and how it is going to connect to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, and how it gives us a whole idea of what Chapter 5 is going to be like. And I'm already like freaking out because this is going to be the most like psychological, horrifying, intense, emotional chapter for sure, because we are going to see a lot in this chapter, especially meeting the prototype. So and hopefully getting to see more of Poppy and more of her story and character. And that's what we're actually going to get into from what I found in these things in the Yule Log video. So the first thing we have, of course, saw near the beginning of the Yule Log video is this new character. And of course, we don't know if this character might be good or bad, but it does give us pretty much of an insight into chapter 5, and this is going to be extremely scary, because now that we are going into the labs, like where the experiments are taking place, we get to see more of these experiments, you know, that probably more likely has failed and has been stuck in the laboratory for a very long time. And we can tell by this character that is very disfigured. So once again, this could be like one of Playtime Co.'s failed experiments that didn't really make as much success, because this is an inhabitant, and that's what Mob Entertainment was describing in the description of their game of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 on Steam, where they said that these are denizens, plushies, which means inhabitant. And also we can see from this new character, like they got patches over their body and very matted, as if they have been left uncared for, like they've been forgotten, like they've just been through a lot. And this may be, it looks kind of like a bear plushie toy, but I'm not sure, but it definitely could be. And it does run pretty good. So imagine if this was a character we have to run from. Imagine the scene where you're running from it, because that character can run pretty good. I have to give them credit for that. And this character also looks like it has claws, which is like very scary. I was able to adjust the setting so we can so you guys can see it better. But like I said, I couldn't really get a full picture because it wasn't letting me adjust it the way I want to, but I got close to the point where you can see the details of this character's body, and especially when it's matted and patches all over itself. And the eyes is what is quite interesting, because it looked like there's something lodged in one of their eyes when they're running to the fire, the theater stage where the cupboard of Poppy is at. It's kind of very interesting. So once again, this is just one of the failed experiments, and we get to really go into this chapter 5 and see what we are going to psychologically get into. Now the next one, and I know everyone, and I know everyone probably has been trying to figure this out, but the next big thing on the Yule log that we have discovered was a voice playing in the background. Now this could be a cupboard of Poppy, or it could be just maybe like a quick conversational scene playing in the background. But I'm kind of just, as of right now, I'm just going to stick with this is probably what if this is just a cupboard of Poppy, because of course we have all seen and hear like these cupboards of these characters, but now we could finally get into the cupboard of Poppy and hear her voice through the cupboard. So I'm just going to say, what if this is just a cupboard of Poppy's voice? And this here gives us a really good idea about Poppy and what she's going to be in this chapter. So it took me hours to adjust the sound, adjust the voice, be able to collect what I can hear in the conversations. But I think it's very interesting too about this. So I want you guys to like read it, listen and read it of what I have collected, and if you guys can also pitch in and tell me what you think, or if you have any other ideas, please let me know. But this is what I've come up with so far for this finding. For me, it was a lot to take in, a lot for me to understand, but we can definitely hear, even just from those little words we heard from this, it definitely gives us a really good idea of like this chapter is definitely going to be focusing on Poppy. And of course they're save the best for last, which of course is going to be Poppy, because we all are asking the same thing, who she is. Well, we kind of have an idea who she is because this is Elliot Ludwig's daughter, but we don't know what was going on with her, what was the process, what her emotions and everything that was going on with her. Like, this is the big idea, the big focus, the shift on Poppy, especially when you can definitely hear in the voice of this finding that there was a lot that she'd been through. There was a lot she went through, and memories, and it's all coming together now for us. Now, of course, there were some strange noises and footsteps that we heard in the Yule log, but the other big thing that I wanted to get into was the singing that we hear in the Yule log, and I'll play that for you. So as for the singing, of course, I have a feeling, and what if this is definitely Poppy singing, because if anyone is familiar of where this song, what the song is, it's actually from Poppy Playtime's secret soundtrack called The Thousand-Year Melody. And this she's singing the melody, the song in this video, the Yule log. So, and I'll show you. I have to say, out of all the soundtracks, the Thousand-Year Melody will always forever be my top one, because it speaks a lot of emotions. It really truly resonates in your soul with the way she sings it, though, because this is truly feels like a lullaby to us. Like, this must have, what if this was a lullaby that was sung to her in the past? And now every time when, like, in these kinds of situations, she just sings a lullaby to self-soothe her, because of course when people are in a high stress situation and needs to regulate their emotions, they need to lower their stress level, or they want to soothe themselves to reassure them that it's going to be okay, people will sing lullabies. And of course, I kind of have a feeling of why it's called the Thousand-Year Melody, because of course, as we know, metaphorically, describing 1,000 years means like extremely long period of time. It feels like an eternity, lasting forever. But it also can have a negative feeling from long periods of suffering, So, I mean, I'm thinking that this song truly resonates, because as we all know, Poppy has been as the doll she is for almost an eternity, a long time is what she feels. So when she sings this lullaby song, it soothes her from the long periods of suffering that she's been through, she's gone through and even endure, because when people feel comfortable in their space, they will act less like the best of themselves. And as we saw in the other chapters, we saw the best of Poppy when she would put on a brave face, telling us as a main character what to do, what we're going to be getting into, what we have to do next. Like, she put on a brave face from the previous chapters. Even chapter 4 she did too, because she was acting like kind of like a leader, but of course, but in these kinds of moments, they would act less like themselves and act more like they do when they're alone, which of course that would be singing a lullaby to themselves when they're alone. So this whole song and this scene that we saw in the Yule log gives us a really good idea, like the central focus on this true side of Poppy that we can probably actually see and look forward to in this new chapter, this side of Poppy that we never has saw before in the past. But this is probably just like the true side of her. Like this is actually her this is her state of mind, state of emotion. Like this is it, because when she found out like Ollie was the prototype, that's when she panicked. She just broke down, don't know what to do. So now she's huddling and coming back to this side of herself, you know. So like I said, this chapter is going to show the shift of behaviors in these characters, and one of the shift of behaviors is Poppy, because the prototype is now on her and tricked her and betrayed her. Now has this space of loneliness and like just needs to just sing a lullaby, you know, just try to self-care, use a self-care mechanism, coping skills. So that's what all I have found in the Yule Log. Like I said, it was really amazing. It was really great to being able to witness it and get us more pumped up and excited for this chapter, because I definitely would love to see how it all unfolds. And hopefully, if what I say is true, we get to see this side of Poppy, like the true side of Poppy, one that she never actually shows to others, because all this time she's been putting on a brave face. But now, since she is out of doubts, ideas, hopes, now she's just slowly for surely breaking down piece by piece. So thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Where do we come from?